Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss about decorators. So what is decorator and why we are using decorator and when we will use decorator. So decorator is just a function which takes a function as argument and returns function itself. So what is the meaning of decorator? So let's move to the decorator, how we can create it. And before moving to decorator, just we will learn about simple things function. So let's say I will create a function for better understanding. So let's say my function, and here I will pass one argument, let's say num, and I will return num plus 1. So this is a simple function I created. And if you are having any doubt regarding function, how we create it, how we are returning it, so you can watch my first series. Let's say I will assign this function to my var. So my var equals my function, and here I'm calling it. I'm getting some error. Okay, so here I need to pass some value like 12. So let's see what will the output. Select Python run and you will get the output here in console. So you can see I'm not having anything. I did not print, right? So I need to print it. So let's say my var, and now if I will see the output, so you can see 30. So there is a variable my var, and I'm calling this function and I'm storing the value inside my variable, whatever it returns. So what it returns, I'm calling my function 12, and in place of num it will go 12 and it will return 12 plus 1. So the output will be stored inside my var and I'm going to print it. So that's it. So if I will run this, you can see the output is 30. So it's very simple. And let's say if I will remove this one from here and then I want to print it, see the output. This is a function at this address. So that time what I'm doing, I'm creating the alias name of function. So this is my function and this is the alias name of this function, my var. And here if I will pass the value 12, then you see the output 13. So this is the difference you can see. So let's say I will create again. For your understanding, I will use multi-line comment here so that you can understand it. The concept is very easy. And the same thing, I will create again my var equals my function. So I'm calling here with parameter and just I'm printing the return value. So my var. So you can see here I'm calling this function, but here I'm assigning the alias name. So you can see this is alias name, but here I'm calling this function because you can see this is a caller. So in this way we are creating a function and we are calling it. So it's very simple. If you still have doubt, you can watch my first series. Let's say if I talk about, I will pass some function inside function. I will comment this portion so that it will not be confused. So let's say I will create a function def function 1 underscore 1, and here I'm passing one function. So let's say this is our argument. We can say fun, and what I'm doing here, just I'm printing. So this is function 1, and let's call this function. So this is nothing, it's like a variable I'm calling inside the function. And let's say there is a function 2, function underscore 2, and which is having, let's say, some print statement. This is function 2. So let's call function 1 with function 2. So function 1, so I will pass function 2 here. So you can see I'm passing function inside function. So you can see the output, it will got execute. So how it will execute? So function 1 inside I'm passing function 2. So first it will go here. In place of function, it will get the definition of function 2, and you can see it will print the function 1. Then it will call the function 2 and then function 2 got execute. So this is a simple way. if we will talk about decorators, then we will see little bit more about function so that you can understand it easily. So let's say I will comment this portion, and now I will create the function inside function, and then you will see the output. So let's say I'm having a function f1, and here I'm not passing anything. Just I will create a function f2. This is function inside function, and now let's say I will print something. Print this is f2. Now this is my function 2, and I will return here f2. So you can see here this is a function 1, and I'm creating another function f2 inside f1, and I'm calling it and returning it. So let's say I will assign a variable. So let's say my var f1. So if I will create in this way, means I am going to create the alias name of my function 1. But if I will create in this way, so I'm going to store the value whatever function 1 will return. So here it will return function 2. Let's print my var, and you can see the output. Output says none. Why? So function 1 got executed, but it returns none. So it is not returning function. So meaning is f2 is not returning anything. So let's say if f2 is returning anything, so return 1. So I'm returning something from here. So you can see 1. So here you can see I'm returning 1 from f2, and it got stored inside my var. And if I will call my var, then you can see it got stored 1, and now it got executed. So what happened if I will not use this thing? Then what will be the output? So you can see the output is function f2 at this address. So now it will not execute this function, but function is ready to execute. So now how you can execute the f2? Just simple way, you have to use this, like you have to call it, right? So we are storing the function 2 inside my var, we can say, because we are returning function 2 and we are executing it again. So you can see the output. So function 2 got executed and it returns 1. So this is the concept behind function, and now we will work with decorators. So how decorators will work? So in starting, as I told you, so you can see the definition. Decorator is just a function which takes a function as argument and returns function itself. So we will create a decorator which will accept a function as argument, and it will return a function itself. We will see in next video. Thanks for watching.